put this fashion show on to celebrate local fashion designers and local models. We spoke to a fashion design tutor about it 2 years ago, and we spoke about the opportunities that kids in the north had to get into London and to break into the UK fashion scene. We set the project up so that we could actually make a route for those people to get in and make a name for themselves in the fashion industry. One of the biggest parts of this project, or one of the biggest reasons we've done it, is to celebrate and showcase local talent on an international stage. And how we managed to get onto an international stage is by working in collaboration with a company called House of Icons. House of Icons CEO is sitting here right in the front stage, Savita Kay, and she'll get up and say a few words in a couple of minutes. But I just want to thank Savita for coming, because what Savita has done through her company is she's opened a Runway for local fashion designers to be able to be one step away from a world stage. Race to the Runway has been running for nearly 12 months now, and we started off for about 25 fashion designers. All the way through the competition, each designer struggled in a way, were unsupported financially. We don't get funding locally. We're a private entity, really, and we do it all ourselves. So we hadn't got big, vast amounts of money to support each designer. So they had to do it themselves, and they had to do it the way most fashion designers would. They had to struggle, they worked 2 jobs, they sold all night. We had people that travelled up and down the country to get their stuff done. So we had dropouts all the way along the path. You know, we couldn't help it. We'd have loved to stop it. But it's ended up that we formed 8 of the top local fashion designers that's here today. They've all individually designed and made their pieces. They've financially supported themselves, they've logistically supported themselves, even down to getting here today. So I just wanted to have a round of applause before we started for every young fashion designer that actually stood up, took a chance, took part in this competition, and basically showcase all the designs to you tonight. So if we just give them a round of applause very quickly. I'd also like to thank the models that have taken part as well. You know, a big part of the competition that's going on now involves models as well. So there's going to be opportunities next year for some of the young emerging models. Probably 90% of them have never done a show like this before. So when you see what they can produce, obviously they're going to go on, and they're going to go on into the model industry as well. And Savita is here, and she uses models twice a year at London Fashion Week at House of Icons. So they have an opportunity as well. The production staff, the hair and the makeup, is how a show like this runs. You know, they're all unpaid. They've all been working for nearly a year, and they've all come together to put the production and get the models together, to get the music, the lights, obviously getting the church ready, and being here since 8 o'clock this morning to basically bring you a show of fashion, and they don't get paid for it. So they're being celebrated tonight as well, because they'll be brought to London and they'll get to experience backstage at House of Icons. So we've been doing that for the last 3 years. Every September and every February we bring 30 local creative people on a coach down to London Fashion Week to Savita's show, and they get to help out backstage. So every single person, photography, production, videography, hair, makeup, stylists, backstage staff, designers and models, every single one of them will take a step forward just by doing a show in their local church. And as I says, this church itself, St. Mary's, is being donated to us by Father Paul, and basically he wanted to make the church more community inclusive. So with Father Paul giving us the church and with the designers doing the fashion, all we had to do was put the 3 of them together, introduce Savita to them. We put the show together, we set over a drink probably a year ago, and we decided that we are going to launch a star from around England, and it literally started from a sentence on a page. So I just want to thank you all for coming tonight. I know, look, I'm rambling a little bit, I'm a little bit nervous, but it's morally exciting, to be honest. It's a year in the making, and I just can't wait to sit down and show it to you. So what I'm going to do real quick is, before we get the fashion going, we had Gertie, who gave us some music on the guitar, a lovely local artist, and it was at short notice as well. Gertie is one of the members of Bespoke Boutiques, I suppose. She's been part of the organisation for about a year as well. So she's come and she's played some music, so I just want to say thanks very much for Gertie as well for coming. Thank you very much. There's 2 people that I really, really want to thank, and that's part of the production of the whole show. Many of the people that you've probably interacted with and have seen these 2, or seen their names, or got an email from them, or a text or a call, and that's Andrew and Alicia. Andrew's been with the company for the last 4 years, and he started off on social welfare, wanted to start a creative business, and he launched a photography company through Bespoke Boutiques. And he's gone on now, he's the director of creativity for our company. He's put on about 15 local creative shows, and he's profitable in his own business. That is worth a lot. And Andrew does an amazing job at Bespoke. So what Andrew would do is he works on all the creative shows, so he basically coordinate all that and run it. For a fashion show like this, you need to have strong people in positions, and you need to have people that would not only understand the fashion industry, but they'd be able to pull together a group. And I know all the designers are backstage, but it's a challenging group. You know, it's models and designers, it's creative people all wanting to do something individual, where you're trying to get them all to do a show that's inclusive and all together like a team. So there's been dramas all day, there's been bras missing, and models missing, and scaffolding all here this morning because the lights didn't look right, and so there's been a lot of stuff that's gone on. And this young lady, who I'm going to give the mic to next, I'll bring out to stand beside me before I do, is Alicia. And Alicia is going to just introduce herself, tell you a little bit about herself, and then Andrew, and then Savita then give a little bit of piece about House of Icons and open the show. So thanks very much for coming tonight. Enjoy the show, it's amazing. Get loads of pictures. If you have got Twitter, it's We Be Bespoke, at We Be Bespoke on Twitter, or at House of Icons. If you want to just go on Twitter, have a tweet, take a picture, do a selfie. They're all ads and it all helps to everybody else growing individually. So I'll just bring Alicia on and I'll just let her tell you a little bit about who she is and her involvement in the show. But head of production, Alicia Kedia. Thank you very much.
I came to be involved in Bespoke Boutique about a year ago. I do beauty blogging and I do crafts as well, so I make my own earrings, and Gareth has given me the massive platform to help create myself and be myself. I've gained confidence. I'd never done this a year ago. I'd never stood up and said anything in front of anyone, and I've had so much fun doing it. But it's been months and months of like tears, stress, getting angry, not finding out. Like we've been looking for models, looking for designers, people not being able to do what we've been asked. So we have found 8 emerging designers who have each taken hours, some have taken weeks, and others have taken months to create collections that they're going to bring to you tonight. So each designer has taken a different take on fashion. None of them are the same. We've got absolutely everything you can imagine. We have designers who have each handcrafted every single item that you will see on the catwalk. We've got some who've had them made for them but designed every single piece. And we've had others that have just come with some absolutely amazing pieces that I've never seen happen before. We have a team who've met many hours to create this shirt. It's taken us absolutely ages to figure out how well we're going to put lights, where we're going to seat people, which seats we can use in here, where we can put designers, how do we have a backstage. As you can see, we've got sheets up to make sure we've got a backstage, otherwise you'd be seeing models now. So it's taken us absolutely ages to figure out how we was going to do that. So I'm just going to tell you what the running order is for our designers. So first up, we've got Constance Hill, and she's a female and male designer. And then we've got Ben Lamont, who's got a darker twist on fashion, completely different designers. And then we've got Jane Crook, she's got a mix of women's wear garments. We've got Abby Nelson, who's got some really delicate pieces, which are absolutely beautiful. And then we will have a short interval, which should be followed by Asha, who is got an African-themed garments. And then we've got Kirdie Adams, who's got a celebration of growth, her garments are for. And then we've got Nikki, who's a full women's wear collection. We move on to Steph to finish the shirt, and she's a British tailor, and it's a full menswear collection. That is our lineup. It's taken us a long time to get to that. We've had people drop out in the last couple of months. We did have 10 designers when we thought we was going to do the shirt, and they've dropped out, and we are now down to 8. So that's the ones we've got, and we have Andrew.
To explain more of my journey, I am kind of I consider myself like the ultimate creative madman, as you'll notice from my hair. I've always been in creativity, it's always been part of me, it's always the area that I felt strongest in. It always took over my life, I always knew that's what I wanted to be, and that's as simple as that. I do everything from photography, art, graphics, fashion, you name it, I've done it. It's the only area that's ever inspired me. It kind of saved my life really to a point, because I never really had much growing up, I never really had that opportunity, and that's what inspired me to become part of Bespoke, because I wanted to give something back. So obviously you yourselves that are all sitting down there, to obviously the photographers, the media, the hair and makeup, the models, the designers, and give them opportunities that maybe I didn't necessarily have. And obviously I'm quite big in obviously like the fighting dog having their chance in the spotlight and that, and that's always what's inspired me. I've always wanted to put on huge creative shows, and obviously with Bespoke now I've been lucky enough to be able to do that for art exhibitions, photography exhibitions, fashion shows, and it puts a smile on my face to see everyone here, everyone been able to do what they love and having a crack at going at it. Really, that's what inspires me to obviously continue on. For me, it's not about money, it's not about power, it's not about glory, it's just giving people a chance, really, that they might not normally have had. Like I say, I've always come from like quite an eccentric background, so it always inspires me to be able to give something back. To be fair, I never used to be a very good talker. I do have quite slight autistic and Asperger's tendencies, so I've never been really that good at pronunciating words, long pauses. So yeah, normally I'm completely hopeless at speaking, but obviously having Gareth, word of mouth, gift of the gab, it's rubbed off a little bit. I've been learning. So, but I mean, obviously I appreciate everyone coming. It's an honour to me to see you all obviously looking back at me, to be fair, and seeing all the photographers all primed and ready, videographers, models, fashion designers. That's obviously what it means to me. So if you can give a round of applause for everyone, that's obviously technically appreciated.
Wow, I love Hull. I've been saying to Gareth all week, I can't wait. And Hull is such a beautiful city, so scenic and so beautiful. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Basically, as you know, I'm Savita Ken, the CEO of House of Icons. House of Icons will be 2 years old in 3 weeks' time. We've launched in 4 continents and 5 cities worldwide. I'm out to challenge the fashion, music, TV and film industry in one big hit. The playground's big enough for all the emerging talent and all the emerging creatives around the world. And that's what I do. I give a global platform to emerging creatives. I'll give you a few examples. Some of my designers have now, who nobody knew about, are now working with the likes of Jennifer Lopez, Nicki Minaj, Paris Hilton, to name but a few. This has happened within less than 2 years. Even some of my models have been hand-picked to go on to big TV shows like Game of Thrones, for example. We had the casting director at my last show in September. I didn't have a Scooby-Doo. My model came up to me and said, I've just been casted. I went, fantastic. So he was in season 6, and we're waiting for the call sheet for season 7. Now, this September is going to be the biggest show I've done to date in the last 2 years. As well as my show is tied to the Prince's Trust. I'm one of their royal ambassadors. We're also doing a tribute to the artist Prince, who passed away 21st of April this year. He was my personal icon, and this is going to be my most personal and emotional show to date. I've gone on record with this particular statement, and worldwide I've been interviewed by the BBC, ABC in Los Angeles, everywhere around the world. There is not one fashion house anywhere around the world who's actually paying tribute to this amazing legend and icon. So it's all very exciting stuff. We have the national TV channels and international TV channels flying in just for this show on September the 17th. Now, a year ago, well, just over a year ago, Gareth and I had this conversation about getting emerging talent from the local community up and down the country to give them this global platform. It's taken a year in making. I'm so excited. One lucky designer will be exhibiting during London Fashion Week this September at one of the biggest fashion shows that will be taking place to honour Prince. Also the lucky winner, which they don't know about, they'll also be dressing one of the music artists that I've been working very closely with. It's actually signed to Mr. Simon Cowell's label. So they'll also be dressing this music artist up because she will be performing at the show. So I will now come off the microphone. I'm sure you're just as excited as I am to see these amazing designers. And Gareth, again, thank you so much for this amazing production. Please, can we give a round of applause to Gareth?
So I'll just kind of introduce the fourth designer, and you'll see they'll just unfold as they're coming out. So I'm just going to step aside, and the first designer we have is Constant Jane Hill. If you want to hit the music.
Yeah, what do you see? If you're not lost,
Can we give all the designers just a round of applause? I want to thank every individual person, designer that's came and designed. You know, there's been tears, there's been tantrums, and this is kind of where my involvement leaves, and I feel a little bit strange and kind of somebody else has taken over. I'm going to tell you, it was women's competition, but I think the competition itself is set along. It's not only just brought designers to the forefront, it's brought individuals, and each of these individual people here have had their own life journey, and they've had their own problems and their own kind of, I suppose, twists and turns along the path. They've all ended up here tonight in front of you, and they've bled their own creativity onto this catwalk. You know, it's a 700-year-old church. As I said before, it's an amazing space. I've seen amazing things. And now it's seen the next generation of full fashion. It's seen the next generation of full enterprise. The next people that's going to employ people in the city and country. So I'd just like to thank everybody for coming, and once again, thank all the designers before Savita makes a decision. But thanks very much for all your input. Thank you.
Right, been a bit of a difficult decision. I just want to say thank you again to Gareth and his full team at Bespoke Boutiques. How amazing have they been to put this production together. All the hair and makeup artists, thank you so much for all your hard work. Press media photographers, thank you so much. Models, you rocked. Hope I'll see you on my runway in February 2017. Saturday the 18th, by the way, just keep that date free. It was a very difficult decision to make. I've been sitting there taking notes, looking at every single piece and every single garment that actually hit the runway today. Before I announce the winner, this particular designer that will be hitting my ramp this September on the 17th. No pressure at all, but we have the BBC, they'll be making a documentary. We have ITV London, who will be filming, and then we'll be going live between 6 and 7, so that will be going national. On ITV, yeah. We also have 2 main Sky TV channels also covering the show, and also this event will be aired in 120 countries to 400 million viewers worldwide. So this September, it's a big one. We've also got TV channels flying in from Southeast Asia and a lot of major fashion magazines coming in around the world just to document this event. So no pressure, guys. So the designer that we have selected, which has been super difficult, who fits in not just with the amazing collection, but also with the ethos of House of Icons, your personality, as well as your design collection. Shall I announce it? I shall announce it in 1 second. There are a few new designers, but there are also runner-up prizes as well, which Gareth will be contacting you individually and talking to you about it, because I love each and every one of you. Right, so the person or designer that will be hitting my ramp this September with all the media and press worldwide is Nikki and me. As I said, the singles are dropping on the 16th of September. The video's out on YouTube. We've been working very closely with her. She's working with Simon Cowell's team at the moment, and we're going to be signing her up to a very big music label very soon. So, Nikki, congratulations! Welcome to House of Icons.
But yeah, it's amazing. I've been working quite hard for like 2 years now, and I feel like it might be the step up that I needed to go on to the next level. But yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. It's been amazing, and I can't wait.
Group that owns Top Shop, Top Man, River Island, and Miss Selfridges attending as well, and Selfridges. We've had designers that have been signed up and are now working with Bloomingdale's, Macy's in America, and also House of Fraser in the Middle East and in UK as well. So Gareth will be in touch with quite a few of you about the runner-up prizes as well. And that's it from me.